Getting traction with an audience is hard enough without making it even more difficult for ourselves. Yet we do just that through basic mistakes in presenting that need to be prevented. And these include completely confusing our audience or being totally unmemorable, except as a toxic presenter. Welcome back to this weekly edition every Monday of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan. I'm also the best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our studio in our High Performance Center in Akasaka, in the heart of Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? In this show, we are looking at the critical areas for success in business in Japan. We want to help advance everyone's thinking so that we can all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 130, and we are talking about be clear or be a disaster. それでは行きましょう. So, let's get going. Most talks and presentations we hear, we cannot recall. Why is that? We were there, presumably because we had an interest. The presenter, no doubt, made an effort to share something of value with us. They probably spent hours on their presentation slides and were perhaps somewhat anxious about giving the presentation. So a lot of nervous energy was expended in the exercise, but with a zero result. If we can't remember the content or the speaker, then it is hard to say it was a success. Wouldn't you say that? Well, part of the problem is the way people present their information in the first place. The slides are too dense and confusing. The delivery is done in a lethargic manner, devoid of passion, with zero body language backing up the key points. Sitting there listening, we catch that disease from the speaker very swiftly, and suddenly we don't have any passion for the exercise either. We hear a monotone voice droning on and on like the humming white noise from your electrical appliances. The speaker may also be speaking too fast because they are nervous, or may just be a serial mumbler who is hard to catch. The design of the talk may not flow well. So it is hard to make the middle move from understanding one point to understanding the next. The speaker may decide to improvise and sweep us all off onto a tangent that has little to do with the main menu. We rarely make it back because we have now lost interest in what they are saying and we are playing with our phone instead. A recent presentation had elements of this. The speaker was quite a smart person, having built their business up from zero and is now winning large contracts from big players in Japan. The slides outlining the details of how the software worked were dismal. It was complex and disconnected. It was assaulted by numerous tangents of tangents, totally wrapped up in diversions. The delivery was lifeless and humdrum. There were no crescendos, no light and dark elements, no contrasts. It consisted mainly of a composite of calms and no storms, and so didn't spark much interest, as it should have. If we want to elevate our good name above the rabble, we had better do a splendid job of being clear when presenting. Our slides should be in the ratio of one slide to one idea. The less on the screen, the better. Let's lead the charge for minimalism on screens. Let's bring our inner zen of nothingness. The screen and the slides are competitors with our face. We want people looking at us and glancing at the screen, not the other way around. We want to use numbers. There are 7 elements, or 5 elements, or 3 elements of our main thesis, for example, and so we attach numbers to each. This is a simple, tried and true guidepost system to navigate the audience through the content. Don't make the punters work hard to follow where we are going with this talk. Find out more. We come back from the break. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment, be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience. Everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. Welcome back. We should speak with passion, belief, commitment, and enthusiasm about our subject. If you can't do that, then please remain in the audience and don't get up on a podium and try to talk to crowds. All you are doing is killing your personal brand and bringing no value to humanity. We want your energy. We want it harnessed. It has to be controlled. We want some words being hit hard and some introduced gently. Both are powerful mechanisms for emphasis. We want the energy, but we don't want chaos, where all the words are jumbled together. I was coaching an Indian businessman here on public speaking, and in his initial speech, he spoke at breakneck speed for 3 minutes with nary a pause nor a break, with a very heavy subcontinent accent. In fact, it was one massively long sentence strung together without compunction or mercy, and fully incomprehensible and forgettable. Introducing some concepts like having a clearer structure, slowing down, adding in pauses, and highlighting some words over others for effect had a miraculous impact on his final version. It was night and day. Don't mumble. Record yourself in rehearsal and be prepared for a shock. Yes, that tinny, reedy, nasal, mumbling voice is really you. The lack of rehearsal is the big error to catching problems before you destroy your public reputation. Rehearse. Listen to how you sound before anyone else has to. Rehearse. Speak to your key points and don't read us the manuscript, please. We all have email, by the way, so you can just send it to us rather than read it to us. When you run through it numerous times before you are unleashed on your audience, you discover the right cadence of how to express the ideas best. One run through, though, is a joke. You need to be doing this preparation multiple times so that all the vocal bugs and defects are completely eliminated before the curtain goes up. By the way, regardless of how your voice sounds to you, don't worry about it. All those born with television announcer voices are on television or radio, and the rest of us are out in the real world, shaking it up as best we can. If what you say is being delivered in a way that we can easily understand, and if the content is interesting and valuable, then we will forgive your total lack of a superstar bass DJ voice. Being clear when speaking is not such a big deal. People worry about it, but don't do any work on it before having to speak. They then wonder why the whole thing fell in a hole. A few simple measures will make it perfectly clear to the audience. They will hear you, and then the quality of the content will either resonate with them or not. Your chance of being remembered will go right up if you just do a few things before you unleash yourself on your audience. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show is here to help you succeed in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember to hit the subscribe button. Our website details are on screen now. enjapan.dale.carnegie.com. It is awesome value, so check it out. Please leave me some feedback on YouTube. I would love to know how this show helped and, well, what other topics you are interested in for me to cover. Remember, I am here as a free resource to help you, so just tell me how I can help you best. You might also enjoy my other weekly shows. For podcasts, Mondays, for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the podcast version. Tuesday, for the Presentations Japan series. Wednesdays, for the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, for the Leadership Japan series. And Fridays, for the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, on Fridays, I release my other TV show, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and that gets released on YouTube. In episode number 131, we are talking about sales skill or boozing skill. Find out more about that next week. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.